Hello and welcome to WES Round 4 at Spa-Francorchamps, the iconic circuit that hosted the Formula 1 Grand Prix last week and is now open to e-mountain bikes for the first time. An incredible venue, an incredible place, surrounded of course by the breathtaking forest. Let's take a look at the Race 1 track graphics. Anti-clockwise this time on the track, 3.2 kilometers in length, 7 laps of the track, making up a race distance of 22.4 kilometers. Gio, fastest qualifier, Nicole Goldie there in 6th, and Joris Reef will be at the bottom of the grid as he didn't complete the qualification lap. It's for the start of the race and it's going to be a fast uphill section on the tarmac. The riders entering the woods. Straight after the hole shot, Jerome Gio takes the hole shot, so does Nicole Goldie. And out on the track now, Gio takes the lead in the Eau Rouge, crossing the river. Reef just behind, grabbing some important positions. Goldie looking good and maintaining the lead after a strong start. Looks comfortable on the flat section of the track. Goldie technically really strong and looking superb through the forest. Van den Boogaard struggles with his bike and is forced to finish the race after one lap. Sophia Wiedenroth clearly confident in her second place. She wants a spot on the podium. Esteban from Spain seems to be sprinting for the entire race. This is Van Eck, twice European champion and vice world champion. Gio widens the gap with the riders behind. Reef keeps the pace. And the third place contenders are Van Eck and Esteban. Gio really dominating the race though. Everyone's sprinting for all they are worth. Esteban particularly, he reported after the race. Tonzo isn't as fast as normal, but at the finish it's Gio, the world champion, who comes to take the race win. Reef pulls a wheelie, manages to finish in second place, and Ismael Esteban grabs third place. Time for the women's winner to cross the line, the Swiss rider Nicole Goldie. Sophia Wiedenroth achieves the podium place she was looking for, and Justine Tonso, sick, gets in third place. The riders happy with their results. All congratulations all round. Here's the women's result and let's hear from the winner, Nicole Goldie. Let's take a look at the men's race top 5. Jerome Gio there at the top of the leaderboard, and let's hear from him now. Let's see what happened on day 2. This is the race number 2, a clockwise track this time. Same lap length, 7 laps, 22.4 kilometers. Look then at the starting grid. Goldie and Wiedenroth again impressively in the first 2 rows on the race. A very, very fast start. Let's take a look at who takes the whole shot this time. Here's the slow motion. It's Gio who takes the whole shot for the men and Goldie for the women. Gio is leading, but Reef this time is very close behind, only 2 seconds separating them. Van den Boogaard this time is thirsty for a podium position. Esteban and the other Dutch, Van Eck, are pushing hard right behind. But in the spectacular woods of Spa-Francorchamps, Gio is still leading and Reef is now losing a little bit of time. Reef starting to struggle a little bit. Pushing on though to try and come back to Gio. Van den Boogaard maintains an incredible race pace. Van Eck, though, is forced to stop at the tech zone for some technical problems. French rider Justine Tonso is visibly not good, feeling sick and struggling in race 2 even more, but never gives up. But this time Gio did it again. He takes the double. Reef secured his second place, but visibly really tired on such a demanding course. And Van den Boogaard, managed by Bart Brenchens, finished third with a well-deserved podium position. Here's Nicole Goldie, emulating Gio, takes it all in the women's race. Wiedenroth finishes in second place again, and an exhausted Tonso managed to finish third. A tough weekend for all the riders, but let's take a look at the results of the women's race. Nicole Goldie takes that ahead of Wiedenroth in second place. Take a look at the men's results. Jérôme Gio wins again ahead of Joris Reef and Kjell Van den Boogaard. Let's hear from the winner. Here's the World Cup standings. After Spa-Francorchamps, Nicole Goldie at the top of the leaderboard. Standings after Spa, Jérôme Gio at the top with 185 points. Hello and welcome to WES Costa Brava Girona Round in Spain for the 5th out of the 6 race weekends. Let's take a look at the track for race number 1. This is what it looks like anti-clockwise, 3.3 kilometres, 7 laps for a total length of 23.1 kilometres. Gio in pole position. Goldie in the women's pole position, 10th overall on the grid. While the riders are getting ready, Gio in the pole position there. Goldie in the women's pole position. Race number 1. And they're underway. Gio, fastest at the start, takes the whole shot. Struggled here last year. Let's take a look at the replay. Confirmation, Gio and Goldie taking the whole shot this time. Gio into the lead. Charm is in second, riding for Cube. Esteban in BH in third place, overtaking Van Eyck. The reigning champion maintaining the lead. He was expecting to battle with the runner-up Reef of Bergstrom. He dropped down to 8th on lap 1 due to some technical problems. Ismael Esteban takes advantage of that, manages to overtake Charm and fellow Mingorance of Cannondale. Nicole Goldie leading the women's race on a dusty track that she likes very much. Esteban widens the gap with 3rd and 4th. Here's the German, Sophia Wiedenroth. Goldie had already run away on lap number 1. This is the Argentinian Fina Cassidy of Canyon. Esteban pushing hard as always. Checker in the background had a puncture and was forced to stop. Gio gets to the finish line. Comfortable win. Takes race number 1. Last year, remember, it was a sprint finish with Van Eck. Alberto Mingorance, he manages to overtake Esteban and takes second place. Esteban takes third. Here comes Nicole Goldie, comfortably taking the women's win. All smiles from her, ahead of Sophia Wiedenroth in second place of Specialized. Sandra Santagnès, the local hero, in third. Well, congratulations in the Parc Fermé. Let's take a look then at the women's results. Nicole Goldie takes the victory in 59.21. Performance by Goldie. Let's take a look at the men's results. Gio takes the victory again at the top of the leaderboard. Let's hear now from the winner. Podium this time. Let's move to day 2 for this exciting race. The track will be raced clockwise this time. 8 laps, a total distance of 26.4 kilometres. take a look then at the starting grid top 10. Coulel, Gio and Esteban, the top 3 positions. An even faster start on day 2. This time, Reef takes the whole shot. Let's take a look at the slow-mo. As Joris Reef takes it, Goldie had the fastest start in the women's race. Reef brilliantly taking the lead. That was his goal yesterday. Behind him, the Dutchman, Jeroen van Eck, Esteban, Coulel and Gio in 5th position. The world champion not used to that. Behind them, Charm leading Mingaras close to his rear wheel. Van Eck widening the gap with Coulel. But the Catalan forced to stop with a puncture. Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Whoa! Reef, a solid performance, maintains the lead in lap 2. Here's Gio, managing to overtake the group ahead of him and get in 2nd place. Goldie leading the women's race. She's looking strong this time again. Sophia Wiedenroth in 2nd, showing her strength on the descents. Esteban gets into 3rd, overtakes Van Eck. And Mingares pushes ahead of Charm. What a race we've got. Goldie crashes. Passing the technical assistance zone, forced to repair her chain there on her own. Reef maintains his pace. Jerome Gio really pushing hard to get closer. But the Swiss champion, absolutely uncatchable today, takes his 2nd win of the season and celebrates. Gio crosses the finish line in 2nd. Really sportsmanlike gesture there. He's happy for his rival this time. Esteban finishes 3rd, clinching his 2nd podium of the weekend. And despite her problems, Nicole Goldie takes the win with an impressive gap. No big changes behind her. Sophia Wiedenroth finishes in 2nd. Sandra Santagnes in 3rd place. And all hugs in the Parc Fermé. Tough racing this weekend. Let's take a look at the women's results. Here's our podium. Nicole Goldie takes the victory ahead of Sophia Wiedenroth in 2nd place. Champion on form. Let's take a look at the men's results. Joris Reef takes the victory ahead of Gio and Esteban in 3rd place. At the women's overall standings with 1 race left, Nicole Goldie leads with 213 points ahead of Sophia Wiedenroth in 2nd. At the overall standings, Gio leads with 230 points, 157 points to Reef in 2nd place. An interesting battle. Hello and welcome to Spain for the WES Castelldefels Barcelona round presented by Magneti Marelli Checkstar, the last exciting race of the 2022 season. Let's take a look at the racetrack this time. 3.9 kilometres in length, 7 laps, 27.3 kilometres of racing. It's going to be a tough circuit in the heat. Let's take a look at the starting grid. Gio at the top of the board and also there Wiedenroth in 10th. Final race of this year's WES. Really fast start, and with that familiar sprinting style, Ismael Esteban getting to the front. He manages his first ever whole shot. Wiedenroth takes the women's whole shot this time. Reef leads in red. Esteban in 2nd. In 3rd place, the world champion Gio. A really tight battle within the top 5 men. Wiedenroth leads after a perfect start in the women's race. Lots of overtaking going on in the men's field this time. Just a few seconds separating still the top 5. Technically looking superb on this course. It makes for great racing. Really is nip and tuck at the moment between all of those riders. Wiedenroth looks superbly confident today, has a strong pace ahead of her rivals. Second place rider Katrin Sternemann, not that far behind. Not yet 100% fit, but getting stronger. Justine Tonso in third. And the Trek rider Sandra Santagnès in fourth, doing a good race. Ahead of Elizabeth Julian of Fantic at her debut on home soil. Reef is under pressure, feeling the world champion getting closer to his rear wheel. Joe really pushing now. Esteban in third. He wants a spot on the podium, but Spenya just behind him is not giving in. But look at this big problem for Gio. A flat tyre, having to change it in the technical zone. Reef senses something has happened behind him. Spenya closing in and overtaking Esteban. Reef looking confident. Spenya is consistent on his lap time. Esteban now starting to lose a few important seconds. Oh, and big disappointment. Gio forced to leave the race. The two race leaders in their categories maintaining an incredible pace. Reef and Wiedenroth absolutely flying around this course. Spenya still there. Esteban does not want to miss the chance, battling for third place overall. But Reef in red is unstoppable. Making sure he maintains his nutrition. Spenya is just behind. It's a very warm day here in Spain. Look at Esteban getting closer, sprinting flat out. Gio just watching on. Disappointment for him. Ming Grace here improving his lap time. And here come the girls. Wiedenroth solid in first place. Sternemann just behind, widening the gap. The French rider Tonso in third place ahead of the local riders. We're getting set for the finish. Here comes the winner. Time for his final wheelie. Joris Reef takes the win. What a race for the Swiss champion. Here comes Esteban. Ismael Esteban makes it into second place. Almost crashes on the finish line. His best ever result at WES. Tired but very happy. Third place goes to Fabio Spenya. Well-deserved race for him. High fives all round. And all celebrations as always. Here comes Sophia Wiedenroth getting to the finish line, taking her first win of the season. Consistent race. On her return to the series, Katrin Sternemann takes second place. Big hug and kisses for the Swiss couple. Third place in the women's race goes to Justine Tonso. Let's take a look at the women's race results. Sophia Wiedenroth takes the win, ahead of Katrin Sternemann and Justine Tonso. Let's take a look at the men's results. Joris Reef in first position, Esteban in second, Spenya in third. Let's hear from the winner. Let's take a look at the World Cup standings at the end of the season. Nicole Goldie takes the victory despite not starting in this race. Standings in the men's racing, Gio takes the victory ahead of Riff and Esteban in third. On the final ceremony night, celebrated on the Barcelona beach in perfect WES style. Here's our whole shot winners. The Rospini pole position winners. The Magneti Morelli Checkstar Power Lap winners. The winning team of Lapierre Overvolt and the UCI E-Mountain Bike Cross Country World Cup winners Nicole Goldie and Jerome Gio. What an incredible season. We can't wait to see you in 2023. Bye for now.